Hey loves, Tony here from TL Yarn Crafts and welcome back to my channel. So the sun decided not to clock in today, but I certainly did. And I've got a fun and free crochet pattern just for you. If this is your first time here, come on in, welcome. It is so good to meet you. Have you watered your houseplants lately? Here at TL Yarn Crafts, I express my crochet love through product reviews, free patterns, and crochet techniques that will blow your mind. So if you're in for all of those things, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. Today's free pattern is the Bradley Afghan. Now this project is already a huge hit with the TLYC makers family. I wanted to make a video because the Bradley Afghan just had a little glow up. I made a new sample using Lion Brand's Hue and Me yarn. In this tutorial, I'm showing you exactly how to make your Bradley Afghan in any size with any yarn. While we work on our Bradley Afghans today, I recommend pulling up the free pattern that's available on my blog, tlycblog.com. You can also purchase a printable PDF version of the pattern from my website, tlyarncrafts.com, or get the all-in-one kit from lionbrand.com. Links to all of those resources are down in the description. The first thing you want to decide on with your blanket is the size. On screen right now are several blanket sizes to choose from, and a quick Google search is going to give you several more. My Bradley Afghan measures 50 inches long by 45 inches wide, which is the perfect throw size for me to have on my couch. Next, you'll want to pick your yarn weight and the size. On screen right now are standard yarn weights and the hook ranges that I recommend for this pattern. The Bradley Afghan uses the linen stitch, also called the granite stitch and sometimes the crochet moss stitch. Whatever you call it, it makes a pretty dense fabric. So going up a bit on the hook size is going to allow this blanket to have some much needed drape. Now you might notice that I didn't offer any yardage recommendations for the different yarn weights, and that's because that yardage is going to vary pretty widely based on the yarn that you use. I used a category 5 bulky weight yarn for my Bradley Afghan. The first time I used Color Made Easy, and the second time I used Hue and Me, and the yardages vary pretty significantly. So just get more than you think you need and you should probably be good to go. Now let's get stitching. For today's tutorial, I'm using worsted weight yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. You'll also need a tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. Row 1 begins with a slip knot, and we'll chain 2. Here's 1 and 2. In the second chain from our hook, we'll place a single crochet, 2 chains, and another single crochet. So here's 1 single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet. Chain 1 and turn your work. Single crochet in the first single crochet, chain 1. We'll work the next series into the chain 2 space. Single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet again in the chain 2 space. Follow that with a chain 1 and single crochet in the last single crochet. Chain 1 and turn the work. Here in row 3, we'll start with a single crochet in the first single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 1. We're going to skip this single crochet and now work in the chain 2 space. Single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. Chain 1, skip the next single crochet, working in the chain space. We're going to single crochet here. Chain 1, and place the last single crochet into the last single crochet right here. Chain 1 and turn the work. For row 4, we start with a single crochet in the first single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And we'll repeat that until we get to this chain 2 space. So chain 1, single in the next chain space, always followed with a chain 1. Skip this single crochet. Here in the chain 2 space, we single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet again. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the space. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next space. Chain 1, and our last single crochet goes in the last single crochet of the row. Let's do that again together. Chain 1 and turn our work. Single crochet in the first single crochet of the row, chain 1, single crochet in this next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1. Of course, we skip this stitch and we go to the chain 2 space at the top of our work, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet again. Chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in this last space, chain 1, single crochet into the single crochet. So what we've got here so far is the very bottom center of our blanket. And by repeating the last row that we just did, we'll continue to grow the base of our blanket. So for whatever size you're making, keep repeating that last row until you get to the width that you need. Once you reach the width that you need, join me back here and we'll start working up the sides. So at this point, I've achieved the width that I want, so I can move on to doing the sides of my blanket. Essentially what we'll do is decrease on either end and continue to increase here in the middle, and we'll create straight edges along the side. So we'll chain 1 here and turn our work. Now we're going to single crochet 2 together over this first single crochet and the chain 1 space right next to it. To do that, we'll insert into the first single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert into the chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops, and the decrease is complete. From here, we're going to chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space, and we'll do that until we get to the chain 2 space at the top of our work. So here at our top chain 2 space, just like before, we'll single crochet, chain 2, single crochet again, followed by a chain 1, and then we'll single crochet in the next chain 1 space, followed by a chain 1, single in the space, chain 1. And we'll do that until we get to our last chain 1 space. So what we have left here in this row is a single crochet right here, a chain space between them, and the last single crochet. So we're going to skip this single crochet here, insert our hook into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then insert into that last single crochet, making sure I catch both loops there at the top, yarn over, pull up a loop. 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 to complete the decrease. Now I'll chain 1 and turn my work. And we're going to essentially repeat that row until our blanket is as long as we want it to be. So let's do it again together. So we've got a single crochet here and a chain space right next to it. Insert your hook into the first single crochet and then into the chain space, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, and repeat that until we get to our top chain 2. Here at the top chain 2, we're going to single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet again, followed by a chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, single in the space, chain 1. So here we have a single crochet, the chain space, and our last single crochets right here. So I've got my chain 1, I'll pull up a loop in the chain space and pull up a loop under both loops of that last single crochet. 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1 and turn my work. Starting with my decrease here on the end, chain 1, single in the next, chain 1, single in the next, chain 1. So just to give you a feel for what we're doing here, this is now my corner. And you can see by decreasing on this edge, I'm starting to get a nice clean straight edge up this right side of my work. And the same thing will happen as I continue to add rows to the left side of my work as well. So continue in that way until your blanket is the length that you want it to be, and then we'll finish off with our 2 corners. Now I have the width that I wanted and the length that I wanted. You want to measure from the bottom center all the way up to the top center. That is going to be the length of your blanket. At this point, the last things we want to do is square off these sides. We'll start by squaring off this side first. So we'll begin with a chain 1 and turn our work. Here we'll start with a decrease. So pull up a loop in the first single crochet and pull up a loop in the next chain space. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, followed by a chain 1, and then just as before, we'll single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single in the next space, chain 1, and we'll do that until we get to the chain 2 space at the top of our work. Now, normally we would do our increase here in this top chain 2 space. Instead, we're just going to single crochet right here. Now we'll chain 1 and turn our work. From here, we want to begin the row with a decrease. So pull up a loop in the single crochet in the next chain space, pull through for the decrease, followed by a chain 1, single in the next space, chain 1, single in the next space, and continue in that pattern until we get to the end of our row, and we'll decrease over these last 2 stitches. So now we're at the end of the row. We've got a chain space here and our last single crochet, and we'll decrease over those 2. So pulling up a loop in the space, pulling up a loop in the stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we'll repeat that. So again, decrease over the single crochet, start with a chain 1 of course, decrease over the single crochet and the chain space. Yarn over, pull through all 3, followed by a chain 1, single in the next, chain 1, single in the next. Repeat that until you get to that last chain 1 space. Alright, so we've got a chain space here and our last single crochet is here. Decrease over the space and that last stitch. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So we'll repeat this row until our working row has 4 single crochet stitches, and then we'll have to switch things up to do those last few rows. So keep going until your working row, the row that you're currently working on, has 4 single crochet stitches. So I've been working up this corner, and I'm now at the point where I have 4 single crochet along this edge. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to decrease over the first single crochet and the next chain space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, and then decrease over the next space and the last single crochet. Chain 1 and turn our work. For this next row, I'm going to decrease over the first single crochet in the next space, chain 1, and then decrease over the next space and the last single crochet there. Chain 1 and turn the work. For the last row, we're going to decrease over the next stitch, space, and the last stitch. So this is going to be a single crochet 3 together. Pull up a loop in the single crochet, pull up a loop in the space, pull up a loop in the last stitch. We've got 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops together. And then at this point, we can pull up our loop and with our scissors, cut the yarn, pull the loop up and out of the work, and that corner is done. So here's a look at what we have. You can see that we finished up the corner on this side, and now we can do the corner on this side. So let me show you how we're going to connect and finish up this blanket. To start squaring off this side of our blanket, we're going to flip our work over and we're going to join in this single crochet right here. That was the first single crochet of this row that went up in this direction. So with my hook, I'm going to insert into that stitch. I'm going to grab my yarn over, and pull up a loop. And that's how I'll join with a slip stitch and start with a chain 1. From here, I'm going to repeat the exact same thing that I did on this side of the blanket. Let me tighten in and get you started. For this side, we'll begin with a decrease over this single crochet and the following chain space. So pull up a loop in the same place where we joined and pull up a loop in the next chain space. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1, single crochet in the next space, chain 1. And we're going to repeat that until we get up to what's still this chain 2 space at the top of our work. So we're here at our chain 2 space. I did my chain 1 here, and in that space we're going to single crochet, chain 1, and turn our work. From here is where we begin decreasing on both ends. So we'll start a decrease here over the first single crochet in the chain space, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1, single in the next, chain 1, single in the next space, chain 1. And then here at the end of the row, we decrease over the space and that last single crochet. Yarn over, pull through all 3. If you need a refresher on how to finish off this edge, jump back in the video to where we did it on this side. It is linked down in the description so you can go right back to where we were. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and finish off my corner. So that's essentially it. The last things that you'll want to do here are potentially block your blanket if the bottom edges or the side edges are not as straight as you like. But all you'd really need to do from here is weave in your ends. And the way that I like to do that is I'll grab my tapestry needle. I'll kind of decide which side is the front or the back of my work. So since this end is already here, we'll call this the back. And I'll just start threading it down kind of one column of stitches. So I'm threading essentially straight down this column of stitches and pull the yarn through. And I'll do that for each of the ends on my blanket. All right, loves, and that is it. Thank you so much for joining me to make the Bradley Afghan today. I'm really excited to hear how yours turned out. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I personally am headed to the couch to enjoy my cup of caffeine, brought to you today by my friend Kathy K. Thanks for the boost, girl. If you want to support my channel, buy me a coffee. You never know, I might shout you out in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.